Abandoned School. The video begins as a man behind a dashcam approaches an abandoned building. The structure looms in the darkness, its windows shattered, walls tagged with graffiti, and vines probably creeping up the brick like grasping fingers. As he steps inside with a flashlight, the hallway ahead is swallowed by shadows. Each step echoes ominously through the empty halls. It's almost as if the lockers will begin to bang shut on their own, due to how ghostly the entire atmosphere looks, although the air is still. A cold breeze brushes past him in a hallway. The deeper he ventures, the more unsettling the sounds become. Going from classroom to classroom, it's almost as if the building is completely overwhelmed by an unearthly force. The school had given an official reason for its shutdown, but no one truly knows why the building closed down. Why do abandoned buildings, especially schools, seem to hold onto so much energy? Are these echoes of the past, or signs of something more? Could ghosts truly linger in places tied to emotion, memory, and trauma? Or is the mind simply playing tricks in the silence of forgotten spaces? What is your opinion about the entire video? Could you indeed sense the dark aura that seems to circulate the entire video? Let us know what you think in the comments. Ghost in Stairway. This video was uploaded to YouTube 10 years ago on a channel known simply as Paranormal Camera and Crazy Tape. The dashcam video begins with a grainy view of an abandoned building, its exterior battered by time and weather. The man filming enters cautiously, flashlight in hand, the narrow beam of light scanning the decayed interior. Dust floats through the air like ash. Paint peels from the walls, and broken tiles crunch beneath his boots. He turns the camera towards the main stairway, a spiraling, rusted structure that winds upward into thick shadows. The man seems to just check out the place as he begins circling the base of the stairwell, slowly making his way upward. The flashlight flickers slightly, but he continues. The silence is eerie, pierced only by the soft creaking of the structure and the occasional distant thud, as though something unseen is shifting above him. Suddenly, we see at the top of the stairway a ghostly figure appears. Translucent, faintly glowing, and humanoid in shape. It lingers for a second, seeming to stare directly down at him. Its head tilts unnaturally, and then without sound, it begins to glide across the stairway, not walking, but floating. We hear the man behind the camera gasps audibly, stepping back, the camera shaking in panic. The figure passes through the staircase railing like mist, vanishing before reaching the landing. He bolts back down the stairs, his breathing ragged. Was this some visual glitch, a trick of the light? Or did the man truly capture a paranormal entity on camera? What are these spirits, if they exist? Residual energy? Lost souls? The video raises chilling questions about the unknown forces that may linger in places long forgotten. How many of these buildings are truly empty, and how many are quietly watching us back? House in the Woods. In this footage, we see a group of guys hiking through dense woods, their flashlights cutting through the thick darkness. Eventually, they come across a decaying house hidden deep among the trees, windows shattered, door hanging off its hinges, vines choking the exterior. They step inside, and the camera captures the mold-covered walls and broken furniture scattered across the floor. As they explore the house, the mood quickly shifts. The air feels heavy, and strange creaks echo from rooms they haven't entered. In one dim hallway, a lone wooden chair sits at the end, facing the wall. They pass it without much thought. But a few minutes later, while exploring a different hallway, the same chair is there again. Identical, worn, and oddly placed. They laugh it off, assuming it's a coincidence or prank, but tension grows. As they continue filming, the chair appears a third time, this time inside a room none of them entered. The group grows uneasy. Whispers seem to come from nowhere. Shadows flicker at the edges of the flashlight beams. The atmosphere becomes suffocating. Is something moving the chair? Or is it trying to send a message? Sometimes the ghosts of haunted buildings actually give warnings to unwelcome visitors, and this moving chair may just be a sign telling the intruders to vacate the abandoned building. Could the chair have been some kind of elaborate prank? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Josh goes school hunting. this YouTuber from the channel, Exploring with Josh, decided to upload a video of him and his friend going back to his abandoned middle school. The camera footage taken was uploaded 8 years ago on his channel, and some of the things they found were quite creepy. The video opens with an eerie silence as a YouTuber and his team step out of their car and approach the crumbling remains of his old middle school, originally built in 1914 as a high school. The building towers above them, its brick facade cracked, and windows dark and lifeless. The school was mysteriously shut down in 2009 with no official explanation ever given. Since then, it's become a place of local legend, a forgotten shell with whispers of something unnatural within. As they push open the rusted doors and step into the building, the temperature seems to drop. Their flashlights sweep across peeling paint, water-damaged ceilings, and long abandoned lockers. The hallways stretch out endlessly, cloaked in shadows. Every step echoes like a warning. The classrooms seem frozen in time, desks scattered, chalkboards still scribbled with faded lessons. The most unsettling stop is the old science lab. Broken beakers lie on the floor, and strange stains coat the counters. One of the team members swears he hears something faint, a low whisper like someone murmuring just behind them. Doors creak open without explanation. A locker slams shut in a hallway they had just passed through. The atmosphere grows heavier with every turn. Why was this school really abandoned? Could there be something darker lurking in its history? Is it possible that the energy of decades of students, teachers, and forgotten tragedies still lingers in its halls? Hallway Man. In one of his most chilling uploads to date, a popular YouTuber known for exploring haunted and abandoned buildings ventured into a long-forgotten school located deep in Cleveland, Ohio. The building, once a bustling public school in the 1960s, had been left to rot for decades. The school stands in a part of the city notorious for violent crime, gang activity, and a long, grim history of disappearances and unsolved cases. Locals warn against going near the building after dark, but that only intrigued the YouTuber more. As the video begins, we see long hallways are littered with shattered glass and papers from another era. Lockers are bent and broken, classrooms vandalized. There's an overwhelming silence except for the distant creaks of the building settling, or perhaps something else. In the dim glow of his flashlight, he explores the science wing, the gymnasium, and the nurse's office. As he turns a corner into one of the darker hallways, he stops cold. In the far distance, barely visible in the shadows, stands a figure, a man, hunched slightly, dressed in dark, tattered clothing. His face is obscured by the darkness, but he appears to be watching silently from the end of the hallway. Heart pounding, he decides he's had enough. The camera shakes violently as he bolts toward the exit with a ragged breath. Was the figure a spirit? A remnant of the school's violent history? Or perhaps something far more dangerous? Why do these forgotten places seem to draw so much darkness, mystery, and fear? Do echoes of trauma and violence leave behind something that never quite fades? What is your own explanation for the whole drama in this last footage? Horse Eyes. This video was uploaded to YouTube 8 years ago on a channel known simply as Joe Weller. We see that in this video, a few kids decided to take up an extremely risky adventure, visiting an old abandoned school, as at the time of recording the school in question was closed down for about 15 years, and there have been a lot of rumors that this school is haunted. It was just past midnight when 3 boys decided to explore a long abandoned school on the outskirts of town, an eerie building left to decay for over a decade. With only their flashlights and a sense of thrill, they slipped through the rusted gate and made their way toward the main entrance, unaware that their night was about to take a bizarre turn. As they walked along the side of the building, one of them froze. "Guys, look," he whispered. Across the fence, deep in the shadows, 2 glowing eyes stared back at them, motionless, unblinking. Panic set in. Was it a person, an animal, or something else entirely? Heart rates spiked as they crept closer, flashlights trembling in their grip. Then, with a low snort and a sudden step forward, the figure revealed itself, a horse, alone, emaciated. Its coat was matted, and it stood in the overgrown field like a ghost from another world. How did it get there? Who had left it behind? Shaken but curious, the boys pushed on into the school. Inside, the hallways were suffocatingly dark and silent. Classrooms were frozen in time, desks overturned, books scattered, and drawings still pinned to the walls. The air felt thick, like something unseen was watching. Why was there a horse near an abandoned school in the middle of the night? Why did the building feel so wrong? Could places like this hold energy from the past, memories, trauma, or something more sinister? The night left them with no answers, only unsettling silence and a deep sense that they were not alone. Paranormal or not, something about that school and that horse felt entirely unnatural.